Welcome back for episode 22. As always, I am Jacob, and I am here with my good friend Khaled.
Good evening, everyone.
What would be the best place to start? I'm not sure if there's a whole lot of gaming news, for just video games in general.
Yeah, because I think our last 4 pips were probably all about Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard that there's actually a mod you can get for Cyberpunk that makes it run better.
Ah, that's good. It's sad but good, I guess.
The Sons of the Forest it's got a new trailer out.
Yeah, I saw that right when we were talking about playing it.
Yes.
So because it came out 5 hours afterwards. So around 1 o'clock they dropped the trailer. Or at least IGN dropped the trailer. And I was like, hey, that's kind of funny that you're gonna play it.
Yeah, it's we start playing it again and then what?
I was suggesting it, so I got that Xena guys.
Yeah.
Xena guys. All right, yeah. Yeah, it seems interesting.
I agree. I've seen some of it. It looks like they have more high-tech weaponry in it versus the Forest. I think in the Forest the only two guns you can get is a flare gun and a crappy pistol.
Yeah.
So, and I know in the trailer I saw him with a shotgun. So there's that. Let's see here. I told you this, but I got the D&D Heroes Feast book, so I'm sure Khaled and I will be looking through there and finding recipes for it, or from it, that we want to try.
Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing if they have spins on stuff and whatnot. I've always been interested in making recipes themed off of the races in D&D.
Yeah.
Because I think that dwarven cooking, just because of the origins of dwarves, there will have large your Scandinavian, Germanic influences.
Yeah.
But I think that they would still crave more mineral rich and even mushroom or fungus heavy foods. So,
yeah, I think in this book, I have it right beside me, I can just look, but they have it's sectioned by races.
Okay.
So, well, at least a few of them, not all. So there's human, elven, dwarven, halfling, and then there's uncommon, and then there's elixirs and ales. So uncommon cuisine, stuff like that.
Now, I would applaud them if they have Mind Flayer, which is basically cast and or pork brain.
I don't know about that now.
This did say you had to try. I mean, some people do like it, so.
What is this? Deep Gnome Trillimac Pods? I'm confused.
Deep Gnomes. No.
Deep Gnome? Yeah, no. There's a lot in this. And all the photography / artwork. Because there are just there's just artwork of different settings in here. So you'll see on one page it'll have the recipe for something. And then it's sort of I guess it's a reference to where it could be served at. And then it has an actual photo. I think with each one there's an actual photo of what it makes for the most part.
Yeah. From the previews, that's how it was.
Yes. But no, it all looks very interesting. I'm sure there's going to be a plethora of stuff in here for us to cook on stream. That'll be entertaining because for some reason I feel like we're gonna make it and we're gonna be like, we're just gonna forget something. At least for like maybe some of the more complex things, we'll have to like randomly substitute something. I think it'll be funny.
Yeah. I mean, I guess everything, like just reading that first recipe you read me, I think most of the stuff is going to be easily obtainable.
Yeah. That was... well, I won't say it, so we can do that maybe as like a test and maybe redo it if it's good.
Okay.
Oh, I do want to mention that we are going to be having a Dead Space live stream Thursday. And it's going to be great because we're going to be scaring the crap out of Noah.
Yeah. He doesn't really like scary games.
Nope, we have discussed this so much. Scary games are definitely not his strong suit at all.
Yeah.
Has there been any other D&D news?
I haven't really heard anything else D&D. I know that they took a break just for like the holidays. So a lot of like their games. Well, if you're a fan of both Dungeons and Dragons and Stranger Things, and a DM that I think is actually one of the best DMs, like who runs like games, like a podcast and live games, is Chris Perkins. So if you like those three things, they're doing a they already filmed it, a Dungeons and Dragons cross Stranger Things.
Oh.
And so it's not, I don't think they're using the characters. Dungeons and Dragons actually has a Stranger Things setting as well, which is very funny. But what they're doing is that this is like they have to save Christmas. A few people, I'm trying to think of all their names. I know that Dave Harbour, he played Hellboy and was it Hooper? You ever seen Stranger Things?
I've seen like part of the first season.
Okay, so the sheriff.
Yeah.
Because the funny thing,
guy that was cool.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's super accurate in character and actor. Because I didn't know he played Dungeons and Dragons until a Nerdarchy episode, and the guys were like talking to him, and you can actually like you could see on his face the idea of like, oh my god, I want to play D&D again. Oh my gosh, I haven't played so long, and it was like a legitimate like nerding out. And he was in the Red Nose Day event, which was really, really funny. That was like the comedians game. So like Tom Middleditch and some other actors I can't think of off the top of my head, but that was a good game. But yeah, so they're gonna do, or they did this like Save Christmas. Let me see the actual thing and just call it from there. It's called, oops. Oh, correct.
Let me back up real quick here. I did see something that caught my eye. I just need to find it.
Mm-hmm.
It was something about a Korean pro gamer getting like poisoned.
What?
So I wanted to look into that because I feel like it would be cool.
It would be cool if they got poisoned.
I don't know, it's a weird story.
No, that does sound weird. Another thing is, have you heard of the Pinfinities?
No.
So there are these triangular pins. You get scanned by the app, and then they augment reality. So the pin like animates and becomes certain things.
Yeah.
So this one turned into a mind flayer. Let me see.
So, no, it's not. Apparently, okay, so it says Game of Thrones games maker dies after poisoning.
Huh.
They poisoned. He died on Christmas Day and he was poisoned. So, Lin Key, 39, was the chairman and chief executive of game developer Yuzu, best known for the Game of Thrones Winter is Coming strategy game.
That is kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Thronesy.
Yeah, man. Like, how is that? That is messed up. It's crazy. Do they have like suspects or what type of poison?
No, they don't.
That's crazy.
So the statement pointed to one of his colleagues, but they only said his surname was like Zhu, like XU.
Yeah.
Zhu. A suspect. That's all it has. Like, wait. So he admitted himself to the hospital after feeling unwell, and then things apparently took like a dramatic turn on Friday. In the end, I guess he just like, passed away.
Wow.
That's messed up. I wonder what he did. Like, why?
Yes, I don't know. I mean, that'd be an interesting story to hear more about, like, as it develops, I guess.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Huh. But you think that it, like, well, by their estimation, they think that it was probably one of his colleagues?
Yeah. He was believed to have a net worth of 6.8 billion won, which is basically 960 million euros.
That's a lot of cheddar.
Yes it is,
because that's even more like that. The euro is stronger than the dollar right now, so
yeah. It's not good that it happened, but it really makes me interested on why.
Exactly.
It's like, is the person going to inherit the company? Like, are they going to take over? Do they do it for money, or do they do it like just out of spite?
Now, what happens if it wraps back around to how I talk about as games get more advanced, stress doesn't lower, it just increases. So that kind of workload to be pushing that kind of pressure, maybe it was kind of just an ice snap kind of situation.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. It's weird to see like an ice snap situation be like a poisoning and not like something more brutal.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they just like, I want him to die slow and painful kind of thing. So
apparently he was a avid calligrapher and a poetry enthusiast. So according to media reports, the person in custody could be like Zhu Yao, who heads Yuzu's movie production arm. So I don't know who any of these people are. Just the whole situation is interesting.
Yeah.
They have been poisoned via age pure tea, a fermented Chinese drink. I'm so confused.
Yeah, the tea, yeah.
Yeah.
So makes sense.
Ooh, because Yuzu is also a co-publisher of Supercell's like Brawl Stars, along with China's Tencent Holdings. Have you heard the thing about like Tencent? You say you don't know? Okay. Tencent. No. I'm pretty sure Tencent owns a lot of video games. I was pretty sure. It's very strange. Let's see here. Video game. Yeah, so like Tencent has recent release Call of Duty Online, Call of Duty titles with added content, as well as the game League of Legends, which it now fully owns. Fortnite, Tencent partly owns Battle Royale games such as Fortnite, PUBG, Escape from Tarkov, and fully own Ring of Elisa. They own like a ton of games. Okay, wait. It also unveils new flagship Wii game, as in like WE, not WII. Let's go down here. So, channel platform. The company has promised to also launch titles which include Stardew Valley, Rocket League, Portal Knights, Minecraft, City Skylines. So it has like...
They got some addiction bangers, man.
Yeah, so they have full ownership of Riot Games. Valorant, League of Legends is included in that. So they have... I'm just naming off the top ones that I can see. They own Path of Exile, or they have 80% ownership of Path of Exile. Because they have Grinding Gear Games, which is developers of that game. Clash of Clans, approximately 84%. 40% of Epic Games. 20% of... What is this? None of those games are big. Get those on my face. Yep. I don't know. The point is they own, like, they have a lot of like investments in video games. It's really interesting to see like how many big games that they have under their belt.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you had that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. So first, so that game was called, it was a live game. Now it's all on, I think watch it on YouTube under D&D's official channel, but it was called Lost Odyssey, Toy Time for 10 Towns. 10 Towns is one of the places that you can find by going up to the frozen areas where like the rime of the Frost Maiden takes place.
Oh.
And so that's just one of the locations. Most of them are pretty enjoyable. Even Kate Welch's like Game of Thrones episode where, spoiler alert, she just kills off most of the players. And she uses chewingas to do it. I'm like, come on, what?
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, come on, man. That's messed up.
That's not... Nah, that ain't messed up. That's like the best.
Nah.
They died happy.
Not my babies. Not my baby chewingas. Because I think the guy who plays Ramsay Bolton of all people lived, which is a super irony.
Oh.
So
wait, they played his actual characters?
No. That was what I loved about it. They didn't play their actual characters. They switched characters. They were different characters.
Oh wait, okay. So it's the Game of Thrones cast.
Yes.
But they all played different characters.
Yes.
But my main question was, were they playing like actual characters from the game or like the show?
No. They were playing just D&D characters, but it was just their own made up characters for the game, which were really good. Like, and again, what's his name? I forget his name, and I'll just remember it again. The guy who plays Ramsay Bolton. He did a phenomenal job as the character that he played, and then also, if I can find it, the one who plays Greyjoy, the sister Greyjoy, her character was just hilarious. Like the stuff that she constantly was saying was amazing.
I think Ramsay Bolton is Iwan Rheon.
Yes, that's his name. Yeah.
Yes. Then who else were you talking about?
Let's see if I can find the cast list. Because I think
was it the Rat King that you said had like a real Ramsay Bolton feel?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
The Rat King.
I would like to revisit that character. I think he was a very fun character. Wait. Was that?
I have an idea. You finish yours, and I'll throw my idea out there.
Okay. So Daniel Portman, who plays Podrick, the right-hand man of Tyrion, and then Brienne, was one of them. Gemma Whalen, who played Yara, so the Greyjoy. Then Ewan Ryan, who played Ramsay. Christina Niern, who played Kristen Niern, who plays Hodor. And then Natalie Tarr, who plays Osha. Osha was the wildling that was babying or escorting Bran, or what's his name? Bran?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hilarious. Like, so that was the crazy thing, is that they were funnier than the comedian game. It's like, come on, guys, how does that happen? Like, but just wonderful. Like, well done. Because most of them this was like their first time playing D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of his big things. Ewan was like, I don't want to play Ramsay Bolton. I don't want to. He's like, because that's that character. Now I want to play a different character. And he did, and it was great. Because what was he? It's a perfect like soundbite where he's just like, they get into a fight. They don't really have to, but he's like, violence, and just keeps screaming. And so then like he's like, well, maybe we shouldn't do violence again. Maybe we should just think about everything we did and really concentrate. And so then like a few paces later, and she's like, well, these people, was like, violence. Great soundbite, man. I'm just gonna find that one because it's like also let's talk, but also violence.
Okay, so here's a good question. Game of Thrones, like actual characters.
Yes.
Everyone in the Justifiers Bold, your D&D thing, relate them to a character.
Holy crap. I can see there's so many different. So let's see. How can I do that one? Because there's some characters are through lines perfect. Other characters like no. So Kira. Also, I played Kira. So Kira does remind me a little bit of the Red Witch.
I can't think of
a little bit of her. But she also reminds me of, dang it, like not all the names are just like, nah, dog, don't remember any names. But also the mother of the Sand Vipers, all those kids.
Yeah.
From if we were doing this just a year ago, all the names and places would be fresh to me. Because I can't even think that location now.
That's where like Oberyn was from, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Oberyn's like wife.
Yeah. The one that went like crazy after he died.
Yeah. Well, she. I mean, it was fair. So there's that one. Yeah, this is gonna be so much harder because I have to like try to think about all the different names of everybody. Let's see if I can just do cast and go. Oh, I can name them off that way.
Oh, her name was Melisandre. The Red Witch.
Yep, that's the Red Witch, is Melisandre. So Kira somewhat reminds me of Melisandre, but then also the other chick. Okay, perfect. This will be good. So I will have to say, so Damocles reminds me a lot of Tormund, Giant's Bane.
Yeah, I could see that. That's what I was looking at. That meme of a man.
Meme of me, I know that guy. I've said before that if he shaves his beard, blondes his hair, I wouldn't mind him replacing Chris Hemsworth as Thor. He's a big dude, and he has that true Viking blood in him. So no qualms. Like I don't have loyalty to actors playing the character. Like the character on screen is kind of my thing. So let's see. Justifiers bold that's have been, or justifiers bold that.
Go with like everyone, I guess.
Okay. So
Like, even the ones that are no longer there.
okay, perfect. So, ooh, that's a very good question though, man. So let me see. So I got that one. So Nazir is most definitely Ned Stark. No, I'm playing. No. Is Braun? I think
Braun.
Yeah, Braun. I think Braun and Nazir have a lot of light because he talks trash, but then you find out that he's actually really good at fighting. Like it's not just all for show. Like, nah, I can do stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was like, I could see like Arthur Dane, the only dual wielder in the show.
Because like Arthur Dane is. Hold on.
I'm pretty sure Arthur Dane. He's called the Sword of the Morning.
Oh, okay. I do remember him vaguely, but nah. Just in mixing both personality and so forth together. So it's not just like attacking ability. It's like their personalities kind of are in that monster. Elaria Sand. Elaria Sand is the is that one. So let's see. So Perry. No, see, Perry doesn't really have one that just like, oh, this is Perry's character.
Perry Platypus.
Yeah, because I mean, there we go. Because I mean, it's kind of split. Like, oddly enough, they're both halflings, but both Perry and Galarian can either be, Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion or Tyrion?
Tyrion Lannister.
I was like, I can see Tyrion.
Yeah, the both of them play as Tyrion Lannister. Like with his like calm demeanor after becoming the Crow or the Three-Eyed Raven. So Fior and Bran Stark have a lot of the same demeanor. There's something creepy happening with their eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those two, and they're like a voice of like wisdom and just calm would be that one. I think isn't that everyone, right?
No, you didn't do Artorias.
Oh dang, Artorias.
Or Gion. You didn't do Gion.
Oh yeah, Gion. Well, Gion's newer.
Well, yeah,
What?
he is newer. I was gonna say, and you didn't do Stevie's character.
Oh, technically, yeah. So I wouldn't say John. I would say I don't know. So towards more of the redemption arc, Jaime Lannister. I think that he kind of fits that one a little bit better. So like Stevie's character was really, so she only a few games, a few notes, so her characters didn't really like pop just at that point yet. So I don't think she really has like a character that, like sticks out like, oh, this is
She.
because
Yeah.
I mean, I guess like Yara Greyjoy to some degree.
I can see that. Yeah.
Because she didn't really have that much like time for RPing. And then Gion though. Oh, I know exactly who Gion reminds me of. Was his name? No. Was it Jocelyn?
What?
Hagar?
Jocelyn. What?
Jocelyn Hagar, the faceless man.
Oh. He reminds you of him? What? Now okay. That one confuses me.
Okay, so while he's a tactician, they're both really calm and just mellow. Technically, like when we were talking about like, hey, what were you wearing when we first met Gion and Crown was some of the basic like default character settings in a video game. So he technically would just blend in.
Yeah.
He uses the concepts of like where the wind will take me. So he's on the whim of like the world versus him just being like, oh, boom. But he's a tactician and he is super dangerous.
Yeah, for like drowning his own lines in a tidal wave.
I mean, here's the thing. If someone says that you're if someone says you're the deadliest person on the field and it involves you killing both enemies, allies, and summon creatures, technically that is true. Because if anyone just kills enemies, or if anyone just kills their summoned creatures and enemy, you know what I mean? Like he's pushing all three boxes, so technically he's the most dangerous on the field. Or the deadliest man. But yeah, I think those would be it really. I don't really see an Arya Stark character or yeah, most of them are just kind of into that concept. But that does remind me, like I think that because I've done it with well, obviously, I do it with NPCs. But if there's a person who's starting Dungeons and Dragons or any RPG, but Dungeons and Dragons is the bread and butter. So if you're starting an RPG, you're starting the game and you're like, well, I want to not, it doesn't have to be like a copy paste. Like you don't have to go, I want to be Legolas and all your stats are Legolas and you're a bow like firing, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to be that. But if you go like, well, I really like how the hound's personality is. Just gruff, again, a great swordsman, but just gruff and abrasive, but still has a moral compass that he's trying to refine. So it's like, aim for that. Like, become more like the hound. Doesn't mean you have to like murder hobo people, or every so time someone talks, you want more chickens and things to drink. But that concept, like, okay, well, I want to be more like that character. Not even their voice, but just like, or the accent, but just like the mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they think. And I think that helps with a better character, especially if you can like not binge it, but just look up like the best, the greatest different things, like compilations of each character kind of thing. But now, what character do you think Nazir is?
I can see Braun, but it's really funny because I looked up Braun's like wiki on like the Game of Thrones wiki page. They usually have each character has like a quote. His is when he fights he does the duel for Tyrion.
Yeah.
At the Lannister, not Lannister, the Aarons, and he kicks someone through like the moon door or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Lisa Aaron's like, "You don't fight with honor," and Braun just goes, "No, he did." And I'm just like, "Damn it."
Yep.
It's true. It's true. Oh, the Eyrie. That's where it was.
Yeah. Where are those? I forgot what they're called. But
okay, so I will say, I think post, like, so Justifier's bold, like criminal Nazir kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him being Braun. Like before, so pre. I'm gonna pre. No, pre criminal Nazir. I can see him being
Robert Baratheon.
Absolutely not. I can see him being a like a mixture of like Robb Stark and Davos Seaward.
Yeah, Davos is a good character too. Like,
yes, it was like I feel like he would. So like before then, he worked as the royal guard, but he would also help the king or whatever.
Yes.
So I feel like he would have the sort of like guidance of Davos, or try to, but then like the honor of Robb Stark kind of thing.
I can see that.
And then of course, the Red Wedding is a key part for Nazir, basically.
It's a nice day for Red Wedding.
I can see that.
So I kind of want to now give the same like question to the actual Justifiers bold and see like who they think they are. I mean, because I don't know, because I don't think anyone's like not as broody as Jon Snow, which I don't mind, because I don't know. I like Jon Snow, but it's just kind of like, okay, you're gonna frown and you're gonna tell everyone you don't want it. We get it. You're an anime character.
I do feel as though the Justifiers bold is slowly losing the characters that have some semblance of honor. If that makes sense, because it's like Cody was the Paladin. He was like the North Star, essentially. Then he turned Oathbreaker, and now it's like, you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
Nazir's and Damocles' actions are iffy. It's like, while they do it not intending it for it to be bad, it ends up being bad most of the time.
I mean, so far, I don't think anything's really ended up bad. Well, technically, also it's a flashback, but then also previous game. I don't really see anything being bad.
I find it funny that we were just like, oh yeah, remember that time when we fought the undead?
Yes.
That was cool. And then Cody's just like, ah.
It's funny.
Let's see here.
Hundreds of skeletons, far as the eye can see.
I want to see Rob Stark's quote. Rob Stark.
Is that what he said? He goes,
No, his quote is, all men should keep their word, kings most of all, which is ironic because
that's what caused him his death.
Yeah,
I think they repeated that to them, didn't they? With all like, what's his name? Great or what is his name? Walder Frey. All men should keep their oaths. That guy's, I love him in movies because it's always like, this guy, is he going to be a crotchety old man? Oh no, he's being a little sweet old man. This is weird. I can't accept this. I can't watch this movie. He's being weird and nice. Because he's in what's the movie? Well, he's in Harry Potter. I think the first movie I saw him was Hot Fuzz. He had like a really heavy country accent.
He was in Harry Potter. He's the guy with the cat in Harry Potter, isn't he?
I do believe so. I think there's isn't there something weird with like how many people are Harry Potter or in like something else? It's like all these people are in Harry Potter that also are in this movie, like, or show. Is it this one? How many people in Game of Thrones were in Harry Potter?
So thinking about it, it's really funny because it's hard to relate any of like Tavernborn to Game of Thrones characters other than Grokmar is 100% beyond all odds Hodor.
Oh God.
Because Grokmar has the intelligence of a nut, but he has the strength of a Greek god.
the first bard tank I've ever heard of.
Yes. Well, he rolled his stats, so he got crazy lucky, especially because orcs get like the strength buff and everything. So
okay. Wow, she looks so young and adorable. That's funny. So what is this? Hold on. Hold on. I gotta move it over. I don't think it gets the gist that I don't want it. It's very funny where like if you go to a website and it's like, hey, your ad blocker is on. I know. Can you turn it off? Nah, dog. Like it's like asking a vampire a vampire was like, can I go in your house? Nope.
So
no, you're good.
One of the funniest things is when I think about like Josh's character. So Ruidrith. All I can relate him to is like Joffrey.
Oof.
For like some weird reason. It's not really his personality. but it's sort of like the way he does things.
Oh.
She's like, that's not the best idea.
There's two ways to do things: the good way or the Joffrey way. Okay, so
But I can see like McBreezy being Podrick though,
huh? I can kind of see that.
because he likes to cook and he likes to do all the stuff that no one likes to do.
That is true. So
It's one of those, just like, yeah. Go on.
So there's 14. So there's 14 different actors that have been in Harry Potter. Yeah, he is the guy with the cat. Angus Filch. And then
Angus.
hold on. Is that Harry's mother?
What?
Harry's mother is Catelyn Stark?
Really?
Maybe she played. No, she's Hermione's mother. Okay.
I can see like Sylvie being like Ygritte because of how like the role play that there was very almost scandalous, but at the same time didn't take any like smack talk.
Wait, so she's like the Yara?
No, she had role play moments, kind of thing. Like she had more. I'll say she had more of a personality than Yara. As Ygritte.
Wait, which one's Ygritte? Let's see.
Ygritte's the one that Jon Snow fell in love with. The Wire.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then the actor fell in love with her in real life.
Yeah.
They got married.
I thought that was cool. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that is adorable.
I was like, they already saw each other naked.
Best first date ever.
In front of everyone.
Worst first date ever. Then the lady that was like, I think she's like half giant. She played a giant.
I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Then one of the Meisters. But he's also the guy from Hot Fuzz with a great big bushy beard. Wait. There's so many.
Mormont. That's a character we need.
Who's that?
We need someone for Jorah Mormont.
No. Maybe. Hold on. I didn't know that one.
What, Jorah Mormont?
Oh, wait, duh. We just started talking about him. No, we weren't. We're talking about him.
No. Jorah Mormont is the one that, like, always stood by Daenerys.
Oh.
Spanish. But then he was kind of like, he, like, semi-betrayed her, but he saved her at the same time.
Oh, no. That character, man. Oddly enough, I like the actor. He should have played Lex Luthor, whatever. But the character Jorah, oh my gosh. I think I purposely just removed him from my existence.
What?
Just like,
I like Jorah.
Man, his character was cool. His arcs are cool, but it's just really just like, oh, I like you. I like you so much. Friend zone. Okay, that's fine too.
No, I can see that.
Come on, guy.
That's understandable.
It's like, you are a beast, man. Like, most people will take like grayscale and just die with it, and Homeboy's like, nah, man, I shall survive.
I would like for there to be a Sansa Stark tactician, and then like an Arya Stark person that follows the tactician.
That would be interesting, because I think Arya Stark is a D&D character.
Yes.
Like just her arc and her weapon, and I think she's a perfect D&D character because it's perfect. So the three, Daenerys is a video game character, Jon is a anime character, and then Arya is a D&D character.
Listen, we're getting back to that point to where I'm just gonna have to rewatch Game of Thrones.
I'm like, I don't know. Again, like, say what you will. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of, so I will probably just watch up until the last season. Like, who? That's it.
Yeah. I don't know. The last
One day
episode
technology
was
is
kind of
good.
meh, but I'll probably still end up just watching it.
I'll just watch the highlights. But honestly, watch Red Wedding and then Arya's like return. Woo, man, I have never been so satisfied. Like
Okay. Have I ever told you about how I heard about the Red Wedding?
Mm-mm.
Okay, wait. Let's see. Cat just came in the room. I'm gonna close the door real quick. 1 second.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? You doing good? That's good.
All right, so I was watching PKA or whatever, Painkiller Already, the podcast I like. And this is a few years ago. This is when like the Red Wedding was first airing. I didn't watch Game of Thrones. I didn't watch Game of Thrones until it was all out. I didn't see it. I didn't even like try to watch it, kind of thing. So they're talking about it, and you know, I had like no spoilers, but they were like describing it, and they're like, "Oh, the music! When the music came, we knew there's something was gonna go down." I was like, "Well, dang, that sounds pretty cool." And so I didn't remember what it was though. So when I was watching it, I never looked at like the names of the episodes. And so like, you know, I get there. Cat, why'd you open the door again? Anyway, I get there and
Dad.
no, it's like the night before, because the last episode I watched was like the episode before the Red Wedding.
Yeah.
So like the next day, the first episode I watched while I'm like, you know, binging it is the Red Wedding, and I was just like, oh my god, why is it so spicy?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah. It gave his old girl some heartburn.
Yeah, it did.
So I mean, that's one of the like the disappointments. Because have you ever heard of was it Lady Stoneheart?
Yeah, she's like Caitlyn Stark when she comes back.
Yeah, and that concept where it's like, well, we want to keep it there's White Walkers. Bring this creepy, quiet chick into the thing because it's just wonderful. It's been a very interesting concept. No, there's just things that happen. You're just like, but why aren't we doing this? I feel like it's the same like the Marvel conundrum where they're afraid to do certain things, but it's like, why? You guys got Guardians of the Galaxy successful. You have nothing to fear. Like, you can take risk and you will make money off of it. Like Marvel is a bankable thing, and Game of Thrones is super bankable. Because there's people who are talking. It's like, man, here I am. I forgot how old the person was, like 30-something years old. I don't really watch fantasy, and now I'm talking about dragons and magic. Just like, yeah, it's like every day I'm talking about dragons and Dracarys, and just it's like this rant they go on because of Game of Thrones of all the stuff that they're saying, and it's like realms and just different stuff. Like exactly, like it is one of the most successful like fantasy, like medieval like fantasy like shows. Because like even though I like The Witcher, I still feel Game of Thrones was stronger, even like season to season, one season kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that with The Witcher it was just it's like the pilot conundrum. So it's like I'll call it conundrum, like a pilot conundrum where it comes out and they're trying their best to make the show stick to get another season. So they have that fledgling voyage where there's like, I have to do it, have to make it good. So it's kind of rushed, and it's that new day, like new kid at school thing. So everyone's not back into, they're not into their pace yet. And I feel like that's what The Witcher, like, was just kind of like, we won't take all the risks we want to take with this one. And I don't know, there's something even with the clothes, it felt more authentic of a world in Game of Thrones and The Witcher. While some of the costumes are phenomenal, there's just something that was like, I don't know, some punctuation that was missing. Because there's another like fantasy show, I think it's French, that came out like a little bit after The Witcher. Really cool, and even they had that feeling where it's just kind of like, it doesn't feel like people wearing costumes of the period. It feels like people wearing clothes of that period. So I don't know, but still good. But I Game of Thrones was a phenomenon, and it rightly so, I should say. I did roast. Well, the directors go by D&D, the creators.
Yeah.
So you know who Joe Manganiello is, right?
Yeah.
So he plays D&D, and he has like big names that will come in. Well, I mean, I would say at least recognizable. Like Vince Vaughn plays D&D. James Gunn will play D&D with him. And then he's like, oh yeah, well, the creators of Game of Thrones will play D&D. I'm like, well, maybe they should have learned something from D&D with that last season. They should have rolled a dice or something. I don't know. Yeah.
So I remember telling, like when we were talking about whatchamacallit, Game of Thrones, when I was watching it, and I was like, it's interesting how like in the books each chapter has like a person, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting because I remember talking about that, and I was like, yeah, it's cool how like Theon Greyjoy went to like Reek, and then like towards the end he changed to what was it was something else. Theon, because he changed to, they started calling his chapter something other than Reek, and it was something really cool.
He did get a different name.
Yeah. So there it goes from Theon Greyjoy to Reek. Theon Joy. Because I think at one point it was like something of Winterfell or something. Let's see here. Maybe this will show it. Either way, I remember saying, like, explaining it, and I remember Noah being like, what? Theon was Reek? And I was like, yeah. I was like, what do you mean?
He read the books, but he didn't
put that together, apparently.
I
remember that face, because me and you were both like, what? Yeah. But he did read the books when he was, like, younger, so...
I
think it might be like the Prince of Winterfell or something like that.
Let's find out.
I think it goes. Oh wait, here we go. Prince of Winterfell.
Yes, right. His titles were, so Lord of Winterfell says formerly, Prince of Winterfell says formerly as well.
I don't know then. I really don't know. I just know it changes from Reek to something else.
I don't know. Yeah, because I'll think, oh, let's go all the way down so they give them their name. I always do like the ideas of like title characters.
Yeah.
Like a character that has, well, a character that has gained a title through their exploits.
Here are the chapters. Oh, wait, here we go. Chapter lists. You have all of these. Now I'm confused. None of these say Theon.
What do they call them? Or just none say whatsoever.
It's like Bran 1, Catelyn 1, Daenerys 1, Eddard 1, like all the, yeah. But I don't see a Theon at all. Control F.
Maybe he just don't exist no more.
No, I found him. Theon. Then a Storm of Swords. So,
I don't know.
Reek 1, Reek 2. We about to find it. Don't you worry. It is the Prince of Winterfell.
Okay.
They changed his chapter names to the Prince of Winterfell.
Okay, so like after, I guess that's that.
Yeah, because I think it's when because there was the point where he was Reek, but then he helped Sansa get away.
Yeah.
I think when he started to like act normal again, they started calling him the Prince of Winterfell because he sort of regained a semblance of honor, and like Jon Snow was north, and like no one else was there, kind of thing. I like that though, because it kind of shows his progression.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of my biggest like complaints with the fact that some of those character arcs and storylines just went nowhere. Like plot threads was like, hey. But
Yeah. Not a lot of stuff happens around Christmas. Like topic wise, I would say.
yeah. I mean,
Very
Spider-Man did
slow
get a
time.
suit.
What?
Spider-Man in the comics got a new suit, which is kind of cool. I don't know. So, for all this
Did they make Did they announce The Witcher season 2? I'm pretty sure they did.
Something?
Yeah, Henry Cavill injured while making Witcher season 2.
Oh, but did he fall for horse?
I don't know.
Did he? It's going to either be his back, his knee, or his rotator cuff.
He was injured during filming while 20 feet high in trees on a safety harness on an assault course involving swinging axes.
So right now there was a Calamond. So right now that takes place at the Witcher's training camp.
Yeah.
So he's training probably Ciri.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Was not fine that it's her.
It involved him in heavy armor. It's a leg injury, so
yeah. Told it. Which is really weird because this sounds very familiar. Like it passed in a dream where I was just like, that's really weird. I don't know. So I remember like thinking about Henry Cavill being injured in the leg, not wanting it to happen, but I've heard it happening in headlines before. filming The Witcher, and unless it happened prior, then this isn't all shock for some reason. I think that's why I'm so calm about it, which is interesting. Quantum mechanics is weird, man.
Yeah, apparently he paints Warhammer miniatures.
Oh, Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And then yeah. Yep.
There's a video where he's talking about The Witcher. It's like Henry Cavill being a video game nerd, and so it's just different compilations of him just talking about all the games he plays and being a PC gamer and this, and this, and then the actress that plays Siri is like looking over lost, like, what? But he's just like super nerding out, which I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. But then they have the last part they cut to, because he's like, yeah, I'm a PC gamer, but I haven't been brave enough to build my own PC one day. And then just cut to him trying to build a PC, just looking like, really? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because in this article it said maybe he can finally make use of the PC he built as well. He's funny. Hopefully it will be finished soon.
Yeah.
For your sake, before you go on a rampage.
Yeah, I don't know. Might become a Witcher by the time it takes for him to come out.
Nah. Do we want to go into our final segment?
Absolutely. Well, one thing I would say, we have to get him on the Pip.
Henry Cavill?
Yep.
If you can get Henry Cavill on the Pip, I'm telling you, we'll have him.
Okay.
Absolutely.
The universe provides. All right. So, hey.
I was gonna say, would you like to introduce us? Because there was silence.
Hey. So last segment, it's one that we enjoy. At least I do. I don't know about yourself though. It's called "What Are You Watching, Playing, Reading, Listening To?" So I'll let you start off, Will.
I have not necessarily been watching much. Let's see here. And okay, Don Machi, last episode of that. There has to be another thing that I did watch. I'm just forgetting it. I know I've been watching a lot of YouTube recently, not really any specific shows.
Mm-hmm.
So mainly like Offline TV, Michael Reeves. Been watching a lot of like just Wormwood on Twitch.
Who's Michael Reeves?
I don't know. Some guy.
Oh. Okay.
It's some Hawaiian.
Oh.
There's been a few. It's weird because like I'll be on like social media, none in particular, but I'll see like a picture and I'm like, ooh, is that an actual anime or just art? And then I'll be like, ooh, screenshot, and I just never go and look at my screenshots.
Yeah.
See? So I'm just gonna say for the videos or watching, I've just been watching YouTube, so Offline TV. I've been watching a lot of just like nerd PC gaming, like spec stuff. I can go to my history right now. Oh no, here we go. I've been watching a lot of people. So there's this one guy on YouTube that does like character analysis of just different characters.
Okay.
But he does a lot of like Bleach characters, so I've just been watching them.
Okay, yes, you've linked me a few.
Yes. So like Byakuya, Ukiura, like all like Hollow Ichigo. They're very interesting because I'm pretty sure the same guy did that whole giant it was 2 long videos. It's like one's an hour long and it's called The Rise of Bleach, like 4 years later.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to look it up. And then there's one that was like Bleach Ruined Reputation. And it's talking about how there was one dude who made a video like explaining why, like his opinions on why he didn't like Bleach, and then everyone took his like opinions as fact.
That's weird.
It's weird, but that it was also back when like these sorts of videos they were kind of new, I would say.
Yeah.
So, and that specific video, like Ruined Reputation, is 2 hours long. And it goes through every single arc of Bleach and explains every single thing that guy said, proving that they were opinions and not like the facts, basically.
Oh, okay.
Basically just showing that you need to like do your research before you just claim it to be fact.
Oh, absolutely.
So just, I guess the staple characters, there's like Grimjow, Coyote. He did Future Trunks from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been watching a lot of those. I have been listening to a lot of different music. It could range from just like random country music to like 3 Days Grace. Maroon 5. Three Doors Down. So I've told you this, but I listen to YouTube playlists that are like randomized. And so like I don't really choose the songs. It's just like, you're listening to this, so you might like this. And there's been an ungodly amount of just Nickelback being put into these playlists, and I'm just like,
oh,
no. Please, no, go away.
Like, well, look at this playlist.
Look at this graph. But reading, I have been reading news articles, keeping up with that. I've been looking into new manga to read because I think I need to catch up on some. I'm waiting for the other My Hero Academia chapter, as I always am. Is there a good thing I read? I don't think. Nah, I wouldn't say I've invested too much into just reading something yet. I'm more or less just looking for something I think would be good.
Yeah.
Was that all of them? Did I hit all the check marks? Watching, reading, playing. Okay, playing. Here we go. Nothing. No, I'm just kidding. I play The Forest, but I play it for like an hour and a half, and then everyone else wants to work on their house in the forest for 3 hours after that, and I just want to do the story. So after we do the story mainly, I just sort of go AFK and watch YouTube. Because I host the server, so I have to just leave it on. So yeah, there's all of that. I've been thinking about playing more Tarkov. I feel like the new update's coming out soon because it's getting close to the new year and they've already teased it. So I'm kind of waiting for that because it's gonna wipe everything. So everything in my inventory is gonna be gone, and all my stats are gonna go back to 0. So yeah, that's pretty much it. How about you?
So myself, so I've been watching a lot of kit bash videos, just different ones, including like Tested. I can't think of the one that I like. There's another one. It's like CTG, cut tool glue, maybe. Of course, the Craftsman as well. Steady Crafted. I'm still trying to think of a show I want to watch. So I started watching Dr. Stone. You ever heard that one?
Yes, I've seen all of Dr. Stone. It is really good.
Okay, so the second season's coming out, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there's going to be a second season dropping. So I just watched like the first episode just to see how I liked about it. The one character, he is full tilt like shonen, always screaming. Like, all right, I'm gonna have to get used to this, but okay, all right.
Wait, which one?
So because there's two of them, like when they first come back out. So
Okay,
there's the main character,
the smart one and the dumb one.
Well, I'll say the smart one and the strong one because that's kind of what they're playing off of.
The
brains and
brains. Yeah.
Because the two things I was just like, because what kind of got me is like the guy has like E equals MC square written on his shirt. I'm like, we get it, an orgy of evidence. You're a smarty boy. And then him just like 1 billion%. I'm like, okay, that's going to be his catchphrase. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so him just kind of screaming is interesting. The fact that it's going to kind of play off of each other. So I'm very interesting just to watch that one. There was a slew of like anime trailers that got dropped for 2021. A lot of them are
talking about them.
Yeah, a lot of them are going to be isekais and fantasy, which is very interesting.
No one wants to be here anymore.
Probably 2020, like, if I die, let me go become anything in another world. Which is very funny that's the case, because if these people die in like our world, then get transported and reincarnated as a character in these other worlds, and then die, is it basically doing like the Soul Society, like soul in, soul out? So they're kind of like just being reborn. So I mean, what happens if there's like NPC status? You know what I mean? Like no stats. I mean, like Konosuba did it, where it's like it's kind of not a rare occurrence, but there's a good chance anyone who's a hero came from the other world, kind of thing. Because I think he only met one person that was also a previous life kind of guy. So it's obviously not that like abundant for it to happen. We'll see. But yeah, but a lot of more kit bashing videos, because I want to start doing kit bashing. I think I was talking about how I bought a Gundam model that will never. Well, I bought a few Gundam models that will never be put together. Like their own purpose is just to be repurposed. Even when it's like, man, this is hard to come by. Like, found it, got it. We'll never put it together. That's just how it goes. Let's see, playing D&D, and I haven't really been playing any other games. I've thought before, like I'll cycle when it comes to like games or art and so forth. So like winter comes, and unless it really sticks out, like if I really want to play something that just reminds me of like get cozy and play, like horror game.
Yeah.
And so it's really weird. JRPGs and horror games are like my two like get cozy and play games. Like I love like playing like Final Fantasy. Well, technically I think it's 6, but in America's Final Fantasy 3. But so that was for like the Super NES. So that, or Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and just kind of like get all warm and just play through. Arc Ease, that one's another one. Just kind of like, just chill out and just play. And then reading. Well, funny thing with reading, I have a new book. So, as most people know, I don't celebrate Christmas, but I do a cheat where I will give friends presents. Just do. And so, so my best friend kind of, I think he caught on, and he gave me he gave me a set of dice. It's like, why would I need dice, right? No, dice, give me all the dice. Thanos it. But yeah, so the book though, it's called The Astonishing Illustrated History of Fantasy and Horror. And so I'm like, it's hitting all those notes, because it talks about like old books, and I mean, it has fantasy, it has horror, there's movies involved, it's art in there, and it's a book. So I mean, I'm a simple man, so I start flipping through that one. So I'm gonna probably give it a read now that I have I have a day off. We'll see if the cat allows it.
If the cat allows it.
Yeah. I feel like, let me sit on this new book. Are you reading this? Are you reading this? Because he'll do new things. Like I have a blanket, and he doesn't like. He does. I guess because it's a plush blanket, so he doesn't like the texture.
Yeah.
On his feet. But he will, or maybe he thinks it's my fur, and he's just being respectful now. Because without it, he'll just stand on my neck like a psychopath. So maybe he's like, "Oh, that's your fur, bro." But now he's trying to like go underneath it, and I'm like, "Are we cuddling this way? This is a new thing." So I don't know. It's like that's the thing with cats. Once you think you have their patterns, they're like, "Nah, I'm gonna do something stupid and new." But you then
never control me.
Like, you think you can tell me what to do? Here's some food. Meow. I love you. But yeah, because I think we're making the joke because Noah found a cat.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, I gave it some ham. And we were both like, yeah, that's it.
That's how you get it.
Yeah. Because like Benedict, all I did, because he was, I think I've told you before, like he was just laying in the road sick in like a rainy night. And I'm just like, I almost hit this cat. And then just got him. He came to me meowing, tried to get in my lap just when I squat down and would like get up on my thigh, just put his paws on his thigh just to get his head scritched. So I'm like, all right, let me just open the car door. And if you hop in, then you want to go. Hopped in, I'm like, okay, bro, I'm gonna leave the door open a little bit. You have this option. If you want to leave, we good. And he sat down. Then I whirled the window down, start like, I'm gonna drive slowly. He was good, so he's my cat.
Free cat.
Free cat. Hey, everyone, they're just giving these cats away. You just go outside and then take them and then have a bunch of cats.
Literally, just it's like almost Pokemon level.
Oh,
just like you got your cat that way. It's like, oh, I stumbled upon a wild cat.
Mm-hmm.
Cat's just like, yes, I am with you. It's like you didn't even need to like throw a Pokeball at it. You just, yes, you are mine.
He's doing a Pikachu. Oh, Pikachu! Ash. Yeah, he's like he's like a Meowth, but like a Pikachu. Did Meowth mess him up? Was that?
Said he's loud.
Oh,
like when he meows, I'm like, ooh, I hear your cat. And you're like, shut up. No.
You just ate food. No, shut your mouth. It's like, but you eating? Yes, because I fed you first like a good cat dad, and now I'm eating my food. Cheesecake? Oh no. Like I was eating cheesecake. He was like, cheesecake? I'm like, come on, guy. Obviously he didn't say the word cheesecake, but him screaming at me while I'm trying to eat cheesecake is him saying cheesecake because come on, guy. And that's the thing with cats. They were like, oh, you don't like celery? And the cat's like, yum, 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 celery. Like, really? You don't like broccoli? Broccoli. Like, come on. I feel like cats do things defiantly. Like, they just kind of, I'm going to do this because you told me I couldn't do it. It's like my theory that cats suffer from metacognition where they go, I'm a cat. And then that's why they lose their minds for a bit and then they forget. I feel like that's the case. I think cats realize that they're cats and they go through like an existential situation, but then go, oh, wait, I'm going to go to sleep.
Just,
no.
I'm going to sleep.
I'm a cat. Man, this is terrible, but also I love being a cat. What cats do all day? Sleep. Yeah, that's good. And then they just forget. It's like,
I love those videos of like cats like protecting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like whether it be like children or whatever. Because I think I've told you this, but my cousin, like at Christmas time when I was living with my aunt or whatever, we had to take my cat downstairs because she likes to get on the tables and stuff like that. Because that was the only place she could get away from like dogs that would chase her.
Yeah. So
I bring her downstairs, and she didn't like that already. But she also doesn't like my cousin Mikey at all. So she's sitting on the stairs, and Mikey's down there. And Mikey, I say something that was kind of like not smart, and Mikey goes, "Wow, Jacob, you're so dumb." And my cat just like slowly turns her head at him and hisses.
Oh my god.
And he's like, she was right behind him, basically. And he's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, Selena, protect me.
There's only one place for sass, and that's coming out of this cat mouth.
Yeah, and then she chased that one girl up onto the countertop.
That was one of the best videos I've ever seen. Is that still up?
It's somewhere.
Because I want to see what views that had.
Not a lot, I can tell you actually. Because it was up on like my channel, but then everyone was like, you need to change the name to this. And I was like, nah. Because, yeah. So, it has 98 views.
Yeah.
When I will say that putting Maine Coon in the title is not, because I put cat like versus friend, like family friend. Like
Yeah.
Kitty versus family friend. And everyone's like, you should change it to Maine Coon because that's what she is. And I'm like, yeah, but no one's searching Maine Coon on YouTube. They're searching cats.
Yeah.
So if you want to hit the algorithm at least a little bit, you need to type cat. And so I know before I took it down, it was like almost 400 views after like a few days. And then I was like, well, if it ain't gonna be my title, it's not gonna be on my channel. So I made a whole little channel so I could test to see if my theory was correct, and it was. So no one searches Maine Coon on YouTube.
Well, except for the people who do search Maine Coon.
Yes, the very few, but definitely not as much as just people who search cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't wait to do up this gaming room.
Yes, I'm excited for that one.
We should do a game room tour once it's done.
Absolutely.
With the table and everything. Oh, that would be cool. We should ask Trey if we can put like little things on the wall so we can hang our DM screens on the wall.
Ah. That'd be kind of fun. I like that.
That way they're not on the floor, so when you're trying to walk around the table, no one hits them or anything like that.
Yeah. Then we put in fake pillars like a tavern.
Then put art on the walls. We paint the wall. We paint the walls gray, like charcoal gray, and then we put art on the wall.
Absolutely.
And then we got the super secret thing that I want to do. To yeah. I mean, I told you, and to be fair, what?
Import goblins?
Yeah.
Told you secret. I'm sorry.
You're fired.
Fudge.
Me. But no, I think it'll turn out really good.
Yeah. Right now, I'm pacing myself because I was like, "Ooh, I want this poster and that poster and this." Like, you know what?
Yeah, you sent me a lot.
Well, technically, I think there are only like 4, right?
Nah, I counted that Kakashi one.
The Kakashi.
Yeah, the meme.
Oh shoot, that was.
Let me see what you have. A knife? No. But it's just Kakashi. So.
Yeah, I love that video. Because just the no scream is what makes. I mean, all of it makes it, but it's just that literal just no.
I would like if you got that. If we could somehow print that as like a poster, like just those 2 screenshots of it, I'd love it.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun to do it as, like, so the same way, because they superimposed Kakashi, right? So what happens if it's like DM is like, what do you have there? A dice? No.
What do you have there? Your notes? No.
Oh, that's I won't. My threat would be like, well, you know, is it worth? Our cheats is worth.
Because they say, like, what do you have there? a 20. In one hand, it's a $20 bill, and the other, it's a nat 20.
That's fine.
Just to mess around. It would be funny to put that meme, like that video, on those weird posters where, like, if you look at it one way, like it changes with the viewing angle.
Ah, okay.
So you can see him like run by.
Man, like that video, it causes so much of like, because I feel like what he had in his hand was just like a little stick, but they're like, he was like, oh, this is my knife, and so then they're like, oh my god, does he have a knife? So it probably like was like a piece of mulch or something.
Yeah,
that was like his knife. And then they're probably, after they took it from him, was like, well, still, he shouldn't be playing as if it's a knife and this, and like, psh, you tell him that Santa Claus is real. Get out of here.
I love how, like, in the background of that video you can hear, why does he have a knife?
Yeah. Video. Oh man. Like, I don't know. Should we express the love of the Twisted Tea memes?
Yes.
Like, I think, like, one of my buddies, he's already a meme lord where, like, me and him won't talk for, like, about maybe a week, and then he'll just, like, shotgun blast memes at me. So this thing, man, he must have been a double barrel, because it was like, oh, I can't even go through all these memes there, Matt. You're killing me with all these memes. My goodness gracious, man. Like, I was trying to see if Twisted Tea stock has gone up for people just buying it, and
did it?
I am tempted to buy like a t-shirt, but I'm like, eh.
I really want to make those Twisted Tea dice now.
That'd be hilarious.
Maybe we could just make it with like that would be funny. Have it to where, like, instead of numbers, it's Twisted Tea or something.
The like little logo.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Twisted Tea stock. I wanna.
Yes. So far, just showed that its rise because of 2018 was on the rise.
And it's 2 days ago. It said it surges in 2020.
That is so great. So wonderful.
Yeah, okay. So it's Boston Beer. That's who makes it.
Yeah.
They soared over 18% to a new all-time high Friday. One day after the maker of Samuel Adams and Truly Hard Seltzer reported third quarter earnings and raised guidance.
Yeah.
The stock closed Friday's session at $1,091 a piece.
That is super funny, man.
All because of this meme. It's like, you can't say it's not because of the meme.
So is like, there's like, either, that's the thing, like, the creator either double down or just stay quiet, because that incident caused them to start having this success. Like it's, man, that is, I don't know. It's like the worst things to become famous for, you know?
You can buy Twisted Tea nunchucks.
Amazing. That's so great.
It's like, I want the game room to be like cool and fantasy, but I feel like there should just be like hidden memes throughout it.
Oh, jeez.
Like, you say, okay, you have like a wall of weapons and you just put the Twisted Tea nunchucks in there.
Jeez.
That would be funny. Alrighty then. Well, it is 12 a.m. So, do you have anything, like any final words you would like to say to the audience before we do the outro?
Everyone have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
Alrighty, and as always, if you enjoyed tonight's episode, please hit the follow button. If you want to watch previous episodes, You can find it on Oni Central on YouTube or the Pip Podcast on YouTube or Facebook. And every Tuesday we stream from 10:30 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and every other Friday, same time, but with a guest. And we will be having a guest this Friday, in fact. So hope to see you all there. And
also check out our Dead Space New Year's live stream.
Oh yeah, New Year's Dead Space live stream, and tomorrow I'll be streaming Divinity 2. So lots of streams coming. And yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, check out Oni Central on TikTok.